Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda?
None for me.
None for me. So we'll begin with the administrative matters. I'm going to make a motion to approve orders for April 23rd, 2026 in the amount of $34,504.69 and orders for the 7th of May, 2026 in the amount of $426,738.02 and for $130.20.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the April 13th, 2026 payroll for the gross amount of $17,889.75, the net amount of $13,415.72, and the April 28th, 2026 payroll for the gross amount of $13,928.30 and the net amount of $10,158.38.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to move to, do you have a chance to look at the minutes?
I did, but I wasn't here, so I'll,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So, well, without Seth here, we can't approve those minutes, correct?
Correct, you should table those.
Yeah, we'll table those till next meeting. I do not have any announcements. Unless.
The only thing I want to announce, Megan, is that the next meeting is on Tuesday, the 26th, because of the Memorial Day holiday.
Okay. All right. Public comment. Does anybody in the room have any public comment? Anyone online have public comment? Carol, hold on just a second, Carol. Let me get the, oh wait, Sarah, you can unmute Carol, right? I don't have to do it from here.
Oh, she can unmute herself, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought everybody was muted by us. Okay, Carol, your 2 minutes are up. Go ahead.
So I would like to reserve my public comment time for the business letter B, tier 1B status resolution. I might have questions for that, so I'm going to want a detailed description of what that is all about.
Okay. All righty. Anybody else in the room have public comment? Brian?
Yeah, I want to know when we're going to find out where all this money is going that's not accounted for from your husband. Got 3 permits now where the funds are not recorded or not accounted for by the clerk. 3 of them. What are we going to do? What are we going to do about 357 Park Lane? We've got an open foundation, and I know Sarah Buxton, you talked about it at the Planning Commission, how we shouldn't have open foundations because they fill with water and animals and kids could fall in. Do you remember that? Of course you do. We've had one open on 357 Park Lane now for 3 years. No construction, it's full of water. Hidden behind unregistered vehicles. It looks like a junkyard down there. And he's also running a sand and gravel pit. He has no permits to do that. He'd need an Act 250 permit. Why is he allowed to do that? And Mark, you have a can that's 25 feet within the setbacks. It has to be within 25 feet of the setbacks. And I believe you don't have a permit for that camouflage can, do you? That's over 100 square feet. You need a permit for that, and it has to be within setbacks. I don't know why anybody on Park Lane doesn't have to follow the bylaws, like Merrill's. He has to be 25 feet off the setback too, but he's built right on the property line, his property line. You can't get a variance for that, there isn't one. Why are we allowing this to happen? Is it just because we're members of the boards and employees of the town? I know I was have to get I had to get a permit. You made me move my can because it was too close to the road, but for somebody else, I guess it's okay, right? You think it's okay, Mark, for you to have that can without a permit?
Are you trespassing?
Huh?
Are you trespassing
Where?
on my property?
No, you can see it from right here.
Brian,
You can see it from the road.
You can see it from right here,
From
Mark.
the road.
It's right on the stone wall. It has to be 25 feet from his property. You need a
Brian,
permit for
your
that.
2 minutes are up. Mark,
Then move it. That's what they made me do. And they made me get a permit for it, Mark.
Brian, you're being disruptive.
I'm not. I'm just asking questions.
You have a loud voice, you're being disruptive. This is your first warning.
I wasn't talking to you. I was having a conversation with Mark and you butted in.
This is a meeting that is in order
Okay.
and you're not on the agenda.
I never am because you never put me on it when I asked,
You're not
correct?
On the agenda.
It's right there in the bylaws, Mark.
Mark,
You
please.
didn't know. Well, I don't know why your husband can't see it. Everyone can see it.
If Mark reacts
Just
to
like
Brian,
Merrill's,
Brian
hey,
can
just like
react to
Merrill's
Mark.
does it.
Get him out. Get him out.
Have a
And
nice
please
day.
don't stay out there and talk to him.
He
Please
can
come
do
back.
whatever he wants. You ain't his boss.
We're paying him tonight. Yeah, he is. Okay.
Carol had asked for 2 minutes. I'm okay. I know we can amend our rules for public comment. I'm comfortable having her 2 minutes if she wants to wait until then.
Okay, all right. Okay, so the, review of
Oh,
the
yeah.
emergency management plan. Sarah, do you have the final copy that Mark sent us?
Yeah, and it's in the folder.
And we have it in the folder. Was there anything in this that you wanted to call to our attention as far as changes?
No. There was just one typo of my last name on page. Under the local emergency
Yeah,
management
Mark,
plan, I think it's,
Mark, Chris, that. What page is it on?
it's on page 6. He just included an E in my name. I just, that's just a typographical error that we can fix up.
Oh, here, this is the signed copy, but I'm looking at page 6 and I'm not seeing that, so there must be another page 6.
Well, so it's under number 1, emergency management planners.
Yes.
Oh, so it's actually the second page
Yeah.
there, right here. Emergency management, number 1. Oh, yeah, right here. Oh. There we go.
Oh, here,
There we go.
Sarah, okay. Just that E, this, block out that E, from Sarah Toller. And Val is still part of this?
Yeah, she is still part of that. I think Mark is going to work this year on, updating some of the team, but that hasn't been done yet. So
Okay.
Val
And-
is still.
And should I put on the back page, go ahead and put the date, today's date in?
Yeah, that you're adopting it today's date.
And
Yep.
by duly authorized representative for Mendon is me, correct?
Yes. So I did flag all of the pages that you needed to sign.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. The rest of them said my name. I didn't know if it was Mark or me that needed to sign that. Okay, so do I need to make a motion to approve it?
Yes.
Do you want me to move, or I'm fine with that too?
Yeah, go ahead. You can make the
Can I
motion.
ask just one question?
Mhm.
So just so I know, our shelter is Rutland High School then in an emergency?
Part stuff.
Oh, okay, so that's the regional shelter. So on page, on
The-
here,
The secondary shelters here
okay,
for additional shelter.
so it says Rutland Regional High School.
Is that, the superintendent or?
The Rutland High School? The shelter in,
Can take a look at this.
oh, that's the regional, yeah, so yeah, come on over. So the primary is Barstow, I see that now, it's primary. The regional is Rutland, so does that mean, and then with the alternate here?
Yep.
So does that mean, like, in an emergency, definitely Barstow will be available for Mendon with a capacity of 150, which is great, alternate here. Does the regional just come into play because they open it in a big emergency for
Maybe because we're part of Rutland's
the plan?
commission or-
Okay,
Some people
So I
are
can
close
pick an
to the
extra
Rutland.
one.
Yeah,
okay, but we control our primary and alternate ones, okay.
and Mark's already been up there
Okay.
and gone
Yeah.
through everything.
Okay. Great, that's just,
Okay,
so do you want me to move to approve? I will move that we approve the local emergency management plan, for, today, it's just a one-year plan, right?
Yep.
Yep, for the coming year.
I'll second. All in favor?
I,
Aye. Okay, so now Sarah is going to talk about the Act 250, and Carol, you can ask questions about that.
so, the legislature passed a law, a few years ago, 181, which has been a hot topic. It appears as though tier 3 review or tier 3 is going away. But, I was made aware that we had talked about this tier 1B, this decision that the municipality has to make about requesting whether or not we opt in or we want to opt in. And I'll explain what tier 1B is in a moment. We need to make a decision about whether we want the Rutland Regional Planning Commission to recommend that Mendon opt in to being included as tier 1B for our village center. And what that means is that if we vote in favor tonight of this municipal resolution, we are telling the Rutland Regional Planning Commission that when they submit their regional plan and they indicate that Mendon has requested to opt in, the Land Use Review Board can approve that. And after that point in time, what would happen for specific or certain types of housing development, 50 units or less, in the area designated as our village center, according not to our municipal zoning plan, although it's fairly closely aligned, but according to the Rutland Regional Planning Commission's village center line.
Doesn't it go further down? Than
I think it goes all the way down to Town Line, Town Line Road. Yep. So it goes a little bit further. And so should there be an application for the development of housing units, 50 units or less in that area, they would still have to go through our zoning, go through zoning for zoning regulations. But they would then be exempt from having to go through Act 250, an additional layer of review. So it gives them a sort of privileged status for certain kinds of housing plans. Not all Act 250s, just simply the housing. I think we should do it. Previously, we had decided that we would wait and see what other communities in the area would do and have done. And it appears that our neighboring communities, Rutland City and Killington, have done this. Rutland Town can't do it because you have to have adopted zoning regulations, have adopted permanent zoning and subdivision bylaws. But our neighboring areas have done it. I think it's in line with what we've been talking about in terms of trying to grow our grand list and develop in our local
Yeah, and there is some
Area.
land. I mean, there is some land between here.
Yeah.
that could be developed.
Yeah, we had, the property behind, Allen Pool, like a year and a half
Yeah.
ago or so. Yeah.
Cedar Lane. he's
Yeah.
got a Driveway and road and power. and
Yep.
Yeah, he said, he has it. He said he.
Lots are cleared, septic
Yep.
permits were there and power.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we'd approved the subdivision permit there previously. So I would like to move, eventually I think we'll have some conversation and entertain questions, but I would submit that we should approve this. It doesn't mean that we will get it. And it doesn't mean, it's still up to the land use review board, but at least we've kind of indicated that we would like this more favored status to the extent that it's permitted.
Carol, what was your question about it?
So I can talk now, right?
Yeah,
I am vehemently against anybody who does not own any property in this town deciding what the land use rights are for any other property owner. I am definitely against 181. Many other towns in the state are opting out of this. What you're deciding on tonight, Sarah Buxton, a woman who's on the select board who owns no property in this town, telling us what we can and cannot do on our property. I am so enraged by what you people are doing when everybody else in the state is against this. If you look on any Facebook page, every other town or their select board is signing letters saying we are against 181 and this extra property rights that are being taken away by people. I brought up the map that you proposed in January of 2025. The planning commission, when you had secret meetings that the public was not allowed to go to, you changed the residential use for so many property owners in this town. It's going to come back to bite you. And for someone who owns no property in the town of Mendon, Sarah Buxton, for you to decide tonight what people can and cannot do with their property is disgusting. You are not a homeowner in this town. You're a home wrecker.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. So I'll address some of the points Carol raised. I think she is right that there have been communities that have opposed 181, and I too am opposed to the tier 3 components. So other towns, however, haven't. I think there are only two other municipalities. One is Castleton. Actually, there's 3. I think it's Castleton, Benson, and maybe Jericho have passed resolutions that are against this one as well. This part doesn't restrict, unlike the tier 3, doesn't restrict property rights. It goes in the opposite direction, which is why I think it's a good fit and why it's a good fit for us. And just to clarify, because I think Carol's comment for the benefit of everybody kind of highlighted what may be a confusion, is that the parcel map isn't the one that I think you were referencing, Carol, that had to do with decisions we were making locally. It is the map that was drawn by the Rutland Regional Planning Commission that, again, I think we thought should align more with our municipal map, but it's pretty much the same.
When we did the original, whatever that's called in our town, we
Yeah,
wanted to go
plan.
all the way down
Yes.
to
Town Line
Town Line Road,
Yeah.
because there is potential, there's not so much potential right here in the village
Yeah.
for development, but there is potential, especially with that restaurant that, could be redeveloped into
Yeah.
some housing, and then the land, there's a lot of land.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I agree with you, and I'm
Yep.
willing to go to a vote on this.
Okay. So before us, we have a municipal resolution with a lot of whereases. I know you've been able to read it, but I'll say, I'll read just the end clause, and I'll move that we approve that the town of Mendon request Tier 1B status for the purposes of Act 250 jurisdiction, and resolve that that our village center be mapped for tier 1B when it's advanced by the Rutland Regional Planning Commission.
I second that. All in favor?
I,
Aye. Okay, so we have nothing else on the agenda, so I will move to adjourn the meeting.
can I have one question?
Yeah.
For our next meeting, I know we just had Green Up Day, so I'll be interested maybe next time to hear how that went and whether there was more or less trash around our roads than in previous years.
Well, I did hear, when I was at the Rutland County Solid Waste District, meeting,
Yeah.
board meeting the other night, they addressed that, they said a lot, they said how many bags came in from Mendon, which was a
A lot.
tremendous amount.
Okay.
But Chris has pulled a lot of stuff out, the crew has pulled a lot of stuff
It looks
out.
like it.
Yeah,
It looks
but
like
there's
it.
some stuff he can't get to, because he's not gonna go get himself in danger.
Yeah,
Because it's so far down.
down ravines.
So he said he's not gonna ask the guys to go down there. So, yeah, it was,
Sarah, Chris usually has a bag total that they dropped off with the amount of tires. So I will get that information for you and I'll probably post it on our Facebook page and our website so people know how much.
he said
we-
tires
we-
were
we-
tires were down.
Tires
Yeah,
were down.
tires were down, but trash was held pretty strong. So yeah, that'll be good to have from him.
Probably because the economy is so bad, people need to keep their tires on.
All right, so I'm gonna move to adjourn at 5:51 PM.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
I